Invincible.
This is it.
Leading everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second episode here at Under Review, where we touch on all sports throughout the seasons as the year progresses. I'm your host, Laurent, and I'm here with France and Mark. And we're going to be talking a bit of basketball today and a bit of football. So today in the NFL, Adrian Peterson is a free agent, and with Latavius Murray going to the Vikings, where do you guys think AP should go? Starting off with France.
I think if he wants the best of both worlds, he's going to go to Green Bay because he gets to have a chance to win and to get paid. Whereas if he goes to New England, he's clearly only going to win because Belichick is not going to pay him max dollars. That's not going to happen. What do you think?
How do you think, Mark?
Well, I think he's definitely going to go to the Patriots just because it might be a better fit for him in terms of winning a championship, which is, I think, his end goal. That's really what he wants at this point in his career. He's already proven that he's the man, right? Pretty much when it comes to running backs, he's pretty much the man. And I also think, on your point with Green Bay, I don't know if he fits in as well into this scheme just because I feel like Rodgers is a throw-first quarterback. You know what I mean? And does he want to pass the rock off to AP? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you say?
Well, I think they're both really good valid points, but I'm going to go with the Patriots simply for the fact that, as Mark said, he's at the tail end of his career. He still could be a nice finesse speed back for the Patriots since they have LeGarrette Blount as their power back. He'll take the pay cut if it means to win, but had it been 2-3 years ago, I think he would have gone to the Green Bay. I think he would have relieved Aaron Rodgers of certain reps. He can't be throwing the ball all game. It'll relieve him off that pressure.
That's what I was gonna say. I think Rodgers wants a good back. The reason he's throwing a lot is because he pretty much has to. But if he does it, not only is it's actually gonna make him look better because if the defense has to protect against a run, then his wide receivers are more likely to be open, and he'll get bigger numbers. Just like Brady, one of the biggest factors why he's so great is because his team is balanced. That's what it is.
Fair enough, but don't you think sometimes I get the feeling that Aaron Rodgers wants to be the guy, he wants to be the reason they won the games, he wants to be the centerpiece of that offense, right? Don't you think AP takes away from it a little bit? You know what I mean? Like,
well, yes,
I think he wants to be able to make that impossible throw, be that elusive quarterback that does all that, right? I mean, you put AP into that, and all of a sudden, you know, all you do is just pass the ball off.
Whereas in New England, they're all a bunch of winners. They have Gronk, Brady, anyways. Right? They don't mind bringing
and Belichick.
Yeah,
will tell him. He'll keep him in check, right?
So, about your comment about him going 3 years ago, I don't think AP would have gone there 3 years ago because he wanted to be the man. So if he goes to Green Bay, then it's Rodgers, and you might even have a receiver that's before him. So
regardless, though, it'll be interesting to see where Adrian Peterson goes.
For sure.
Following that, considering Latavius Murray did go to the Vikings, that leaves a huge opening in Oakland Raiders. And there's a lot of rumors going around that they've already accepted and had trade agreement talks with Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode, where Seattle Seahawks still own the rights of Marshawn Lynch, still owe him $9 million this year and potentially $7 million in salary next year. Do you guys think Marshawn Lynch would be a great fit in Raiders?
Okay, firstly, before I give my point, I just want to know, do you think Beast Mode is still Beast Mode? He's been away for a bit. Do you honestly think that he can still bring that Marshawn that we all know?
Physically, who knows? But the intellect and willing to win and unquestionable grit, it's there, 100%.
So I think he would still be beast mode for a few reasons. Number one, if you're gonna make a comeback, if let's say you're taking a year off and then you make a comeback, the type of back that you need to be is a power back. Because if you're a finesse back, you need to rely on your timing, whereas if you're a power back, you just need to run through people. And Beast Mode, he's still pretty jacked, pretty big, so I think you won't have a problem there. And also, the reason he had a down year in his last year in Seattle is because the previous year in the Super Bowl, we all know what happened. They didn't give him the ball, and when
Pete Carroll, jump.
When you spend, we know how hard it is in the NFL. So you spend all that blood, sweat, and tears for the entire season. You're hurt. You have to take pain pills and all that stuff. And then you come to the Super Bowl, and your coach is like, nah, we don't trust you. We're gonna give it to the quarterback. So of course he wouldn't want to play the next year. Of course he had a down year the next season. So
I think they ruined him a little bit.
Yeah.
Like his heart, it just wasn't there anymore, right? Because
there was a lack of trust there.
Yeah, the lack of
There's
trust.
a lack
right?
of trust there.
So,
Yeah.
But I think he'd be a great fit for the Raiders. Power back. Depending on what happens with that O-line going forward in the draft or off-season, but I think it'd be a great help. And I still think he has the juice. As long as he has those Skittles, there's still juice.
if he has the juice, if he still has it left in him, then I will say he'll be a great fit for them because he'll take the pressure off of Carr for a little bit, right? And the other thing that I think makes it a good move is the fact that Marshawn won't be relied on so much because in the Oakland offense, right, they've got Crabtree and they've got Cooper that they can also rely on, right? So he won't be necessarily the centerpiece all the time, right? Which is what I think was the problem in Seattle.
And
he just became the centerpiece, right? Everything was surrounded by him.
And
right?
they have the upcoming Clive Walford, their tight end. That guy's going to be amazing.
The only downside I think is their O-line is not the greatest, so it might cause injury to Marshawn Lynch, but that's pretty much the only.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Injuries because he is getting
O-line,
up there, right?
Other than the O-line and the questionable athleticism, Oakland's a great fit. It's a blue-collar town. He'll fit in nicely well.
Well, and it's his hometown.
So let's
right?
move. Yeah, exactly.
So that's another big piece.
So we're gonna go from football to basketball, and we're gonna go with the Clippers. And considering they won the other night, Game 3, Blake Griffin suffered a big toe injury, and apparently it's fractured. So the question is, do the Clippers win this series? And going forward, if they do, how do they pan out in the playoffs? Let's start off with the series. Mark, go ahead.
Well, firstly, I just want to say that apparently his doctor said that he thought it was a break and everything. Apparently his doctor said, actually, you just stubbed your toe. So, I mean, I don't know. Wow. Honestly, he's a softie. So, I don't know if the injury is legit.
So you're saying
maybe it is.
So the Clippers don't get out of the series?
Hold up. So you're saying he's the Jay Cutler of the NBA? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. He is the Jay Cutler. Honestly, I don't know sometimes with him. He's injured, he's not, I don't know. He's a prima donna a little bit.
Okay.
Now, with that said, I think they can still win, without him, especially being up. They're up 2-1 now. So I feel like the momentum's in their favor, and as much as I don't want to say Chris Paul is he's balling, he's taking over, he's doing his thing. And I do think they still have enough pieces to possibly potentially win this series. But I mean, Utah, man. I mean, they were my pick. So
Fran, same question. Did the Clippers make it out of the series without Blake?
I think only because they have the lead, and also because they've shown that they can play without Blake. They even play better sometimes without Blake. They might make it out of the Utah series, but we did pick Utah to win. So clearly we don't think the Clippers are going to go far. And on top of that, in the playoffs, even if you play better without one of your stars, you still need as much firepower as possible, or else you'll run out of steam, and that's what's going to happen to Clippers.
Yeah, so they will beat the Jazz, but going further, they won't, right?
Well, they haven't proven that they can go further.
I don't even think...
I agree with Francis' point in a sense that the other players off the bench, and even the regular players, they'll compensate for Blake Griffin's...
Especially Jamal Crawford.
25 points per game. As much as Crawford is not really doing good at the moment, he's taking good shots. Mm-hmm. They're just not going in. And once they start going in, they'll get the ball rolling. Yeah. So
even though they're
Redick as well.
Even though they're not playing the same position, I'd rather have Crawford get more minutes than Griffin get more minutes.
All right, now going to our favorite rivalry, the Cavaliers and the Warriors. We'll start with the Cavaliers. Do the Cavaliers sweep the Indiana Pacers after a shocking, historic 26-point comeback against the Indiana Pacers in Game 3 the other night? I think it's a sweep. I'm going to leave it at that. Go ahead, friends.
I think it's a sweep as well, only because LeBron wants to show that whatever happened in the regular season, they weren't playing that well, especially during the end of the regular season. He wants to show that that has nothing to do with the playoffs, and he also wants to justify why he was resting. So by sweeping the Pacers, he can show, look, I'm coming in fresh.
And he buys time to rest by sweeping them.
Oh, that too.
Go ahead, Mark.
Honestly, I think Indiana's chance come and gone. They
Since
had
the
a chance. They had a
yeah.
chance last game. I mean, you had a 26-point lead, and you let Cleveland come all the way back. Now, I shouldn't say they let them. I mean, LeBron led them back as LeBron always does. He's a beast. There's a reason why he's considered the best in the NBA today. And I think they had their chance. Now, I just feel like LeBron just took the heart right out of the Indiana Pacers and Paul George and just said, hey, guys, if this is all you got, we're coming.
Without the help of Kevin Love and Kyrie.
Because they only put up 13 points each of them, so 26 combined. That's it.
What's this? I think it's Paul George packing his bags already.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
He's so gone.
He's so gone from Indiana. The time is now. Like, he's got to leave.
Yeah.
He's
We'll
got to
never
go for greener pastures.
I don't think we'll ever see Larry Bird crack a smile. Anyways,
No.
moving on. The Golden State Warriors are leading the Portland Trailblazers up. What is it? 2-1, 2-0, or is it 3-0?
3-0.
Are they going to sweep? Are they going to sweep their series against the Portland Trailblazers? Considering Lillard thinks he could still steal 2 games. How do you feel about that?
On paper, it's an obvious sweep, but the thing is with Golden State, they play down to their competition. So the better you are, the better they play. And for some reason, they just like to give you a game. So they might just give a game to Portland, and they might want to try new things. If there's a time to try new things, maybe starting Durant off the bench like Mark suggested last time, this is the time to do it.
Or maybe shock the league and not play Durant at all and wait for a second round and then show him up. How do you feel?
That's like shenanigans right there. But
We're
anyways,
going to talk about that.
to be honest, I think Portland just doesn't have enough. They have 2 of the best guards in McCollum and Lillard. Scoring guards, and they've put up the points the first game and everything, and still they couldn't beat them. And unless they can somehow pull like a rabbit out of their hat and get some secondary scoring, there's no way they can beat Golden State. There's just no way.
Especially if Green plays defense like
the way he did. He was blocking everything in sight. Like, no, get out of my house. Like, honestly, he was playing phenomenal.
I find the Blazers are like the West equivalent of like the Raptors. 2 amazing guards, no post presence, no real defensive presence. Well, minus Ibaka, of course, but I see
what you mean.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
So moving on, is Boston the number 1 worst seed? Is Boston the worst first seed in the NBA, considering their season record and the way they've been playing against the Chicago Bulls? I mean, they won the other night, which was amazing, but those first 2 games, they didn't even look like a playoff team, not even close.
It's hard to really say, because as much as you want to think that Boston is the worst first seed ever, is Chicago possibly the best 8th seed ever?
Yeah.
I mean, really, they have so much talent in every position. They just have so much. They have, Rondo, Dwayne Wade,
Robin
Lopez, Jimmy Buckets. I mean, honestly, they just have so much talent.
I can't believe you put Buckets at number 4 in your.
No, but that's not okay.
Well, he's
just
the
to
star
say,
of the team.
you know what I mean? He's the star, but you know what I mean? I was just going along the line. But no matter how you look at it, like, the Bulls are stacked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't completely take it away from Boston. Now, with that said, to answer the question, I think they potentially could be the worst seed. Especially, yes, I know they won a game, but if they go out 4-1 in this series,
that saved you guys.
So
that just a little bit, but that's it.
So I'm saying no, they won't be the worst first seed ever for so many reasons. Number 1, they won a game. So I'm pretty sure they were number 1 seeds that got swept by number 8. So, and number 2, they're not really number 1 seeds. We all know Cleveland is number 1 seed. It's just Cleveland didn't care. And also number 3, Chicago, they're not really number 8 seeds either. It's just they started off slow. They insisted on Rondo shooting the ball, but then once they realized that Rondo only wants to pass the ball, play some defense, and that's it, they started winning.
Yeah, I think going forward it'll be tough to see how the Bulls pan out against Boston, knowing that Rondo broke his thumb, so they're predicting he's out for the whole playoffs at this point. So we'll see what happens.
But I think they have a lot more They have a lot of talent
have
on
a lot
that
of
team, you know what I mean?
firepower.
And Boston doesn't have an interior offense.
Yeah.
They really have nothing there.
Plus, I think Isaiah Thomas playing at his best versus Jimmy Butler playing at his
Yeah.
best, I think Jimmy is just a better player.
And
But
not-
big ups to Thomas, because
Yeah.
honestly, with
Yeah.
everything he's gone through, I mean,
Yeah.
really,
Especially
big
the last
heart,
few weeks,
like
He's
everything.
definitely
yeah.
not the reason why Boston is so
It's
bad.
unfortunate he
No, for
lost
sure.
his sister. I don't think he holds that as a excuse to
No.
the way he's playing, but it's not something to be excluded in terms of like
No.
the mindset of playing a game. It affects
Exactly,
you.
because where are you mentally at that point,
Yeah,
right? So-
exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
that's it. Here is another conclusion to under review.
Hold up. So
Yes.
So let us know what you want us to talk about, and also let us know if you agree or disagree with some of our topics.
Comment below.
Comment, subscribe, and press that like button. for
Like.
us.
That's
And
right.
give us give us some feedback. Tell us, what do you want us to talk about? Because we're doing this for you, so
Yeah.
tell us.
Yeah.
Give us some feedback.
And give us stuff to talk about.
All right, we're
Take
out.
care. Laurent, Mark, and friends out.
Here we go.